Okay, continuing on from the previous video, and then okay, after that, how many miracles have you taken for granted? So, looking back at the last few years, moments, days, weeks, and seeing what aspects or what parts of what we have that we've taken for granted. And then, okay, so what have you forgotten that if you remembered it, it would change your life? So, taking a moment to just think about what have you forgotten that if you remembered it, it would completely change your life. And yes, and then we talked about a moment when you wake up, like for years you've been trying to do something, trying to change a behavior or pattern, smoking, weight, whatever it is, and then this moment happens and it just changes. Like, hell no, no, no more, I'm gonna change. So thinking about those moments, and yes, as Socrates says, learning is remembering. And then spoke about touching with deep thinking, that all of us are so comfortable with superficial thinking and now getting to deep thinking. So deep thinking is the constant engagement. So okay, so it's constant engagement. You can either do that with passion or with fear. So doing it from a place where it's from love and passion, or doing it from a place where you're constantly fearful, in that constant engagement with what you do daily in life or in some aspects of life. And then going from where you are to where you should be. And the courage to be curious. So so waiting for the answer and not jumping for the answer. So instead of just a conscious mind or your automatic reflexive response that we've been trained for so many years to go through, like, someone asks you how you're doing, good. So, like, all the reflexes which are imprinted, being to make others happy or to make society satisfied. So getting rid of that and just seeing that, what are you actually feeling? Like, wait for your unconscious mind to tell you the answer. And if anyone tells you I don't know, they're like, yeah, that's great, like, okay. So basically, whenever someone says I don't know, it's a defensive mechanism to not go deep or to not get the answer, no, whatever it is, fear, doubt, whatever it is. So actually saying that, so if you did know, what would your answer be? So not letting them go off the hook if they say, oh, I don't know. Making them take that next step to see what is driving them, what is to break to get to that deep thinking, to remove that fear, to then get to the breakthrough of what you want your life to be. And then high energy, so passion, growth from, because if you have, so energy is everything. So if you have low energy, then you have low passion in relationships. You're not as committed or driven to do XYZ. So the high energy and how that impacts and changes everything in your life. So alkalining Himalayan salt, keeping hydrated, ionic water, all the different strategies. And then then the message was, it's time that I deliver. So if I can't, then I must. So if you think that you can't do XYZ, parasailing, skydiving, or even little things like, at work, whatever it is. So if you think you can't, then you must do it. So wiring that if you can't, then you have to do it. Avoiding things that we don't have to deal with is what gets us stuck. So even if we think that we don't know what we have to do, what the next steps are, just plunging yourself in that moment, in that situation, and you'll just figure out a way. Like divine intervention, whatever, God, universe, it just kicks in and you always know what to do. So just letting go of the old belief that, oh, I don't know what to do, I've never been in a situation, I haven't written a book, or whatever the limited beliefs are, getting rid of that and just getting into that situation and trusting that it will kick in and you'll know what to do. So progress is everything, and progress is happiness. So goals are a way, a pathway to grow. Progress is what, it's basically everything. So basically, he talks about how if you have goals in your life and you've achieved it, you can achieve all the goals and still not feel that happiness or feel that accomplishment or sense of fulfillment. So going from that to focusing on progress, because that is where we get our drive of emotion to take that next level, the next step to go for it. And then, yeah, so just the progress will make you alive, stretching yourself beyond boundaries. So basically knowing that if you did it, it will make you a better person, or it will change your life or change other people's lives. So growing, giving, this circle of just growing and giving. And then experience all the magnificence in your life. So everything which is going on in your life, all sectors of your life, just seeing the magnificence in each section, each sector, each being in your life. So the main message you said in this one was, what would life relationship be like if you experienced it in the ultimate state? So if you experienced it with so much passion, energy, drive, just waking up every day with passion and drive for your life mission, your soulmate, your partner, your friends, your family,